It's time for another art activity with Miss Bodine.
Hi there, Kipsters. It's Miss Bodine, and I'm just having a cup of coffee, and I'm getting ready to do a draw with me exercise that you can do along with me. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who sent me beautiful pictures of their flower bouquet from last week. I loved seeing the bright colors, and it really helped me feel warm and cozy and nice and ready for summer. So thank you. Let's have a shout out.
This is an artwork by Jessica, who is in 4th grade. Look at her beautiful bouquet. All the flowers are colored beautifully, the vase is nice, and the background has hearts in the window, just like our World of Hearts project. Awesome job, Jessica. And also shout out to Sarai Jones in the 3rd grade for her gorgeous flowers with a vase that has a cool dripping effect. I love it.
Keep sending me your beautiful projects. They might be featured on my next video. So, for our project this week, for our Draw With Me, we are going to make a drawing about Earth Day. Earth Day is every year on April 22nd, which means it happens this Wednesday. And there's so many things we need to think about when we think about our Earth. The first thing we all need to remember is we only get one Earth. It's not like if you buy a pair of tennis shoes or a watch and you break it and you can buy another one. There's only one Earth, and if we destroy it, there's nowhere else for humans to go. So we need to make sure that we're taking very good care of our planet and making choices, sometimes really hard choices, to make sure that we're taking care of our Earth. And I'm going to tell you about some of those choices today, and I want you to do some research on your own to find out things that you can do in your daily life to help protect and keep our Earth safe, which keeps us safe. Here's some things that I learned.
One of the first things that I looked up was how much waste do average Americans create. So what I learned is that the average American sends 64 tons of waste, that means garbage, into a landfill during their lifetime. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. So that is a lot of waste that we send into landfills. I also learned that we send 15 tons of plastic from food packaging to the dump as well. Plastic is something that can be recycled, but normally it's not, and it's thrown away in the garbage. When you throw something in the garbage, what happens to it? This is kind of a sad story. Every time you throw something away in the garbage, it goes to something called a landfill. This is a picture of a landfill. Where we live in Minnesota, a landfill is a big hole dug into the earth, and all the garbage is pushed and compacted down into the ground. After years and years, some of it, like cardboard and paper, will break down. Some of it, like plastic, will never break down. Other things break down and are toxic to the earth. They can even seep down into our water supply. Ew. Another sad thing is if you live by the ocean, a lot of times your garbage is driven out into the ocean and dumped right in the sea. Animals like turtles and sharks and fish get sick and die from the amount of trash that we put in our ocean. All of this information had me pretty sad. So I looked at things I could do to improve and use less waste and keep our earth healthy to make myself feel like I could do something to change all these horrible problems. The first thing I looked up I can do is to use less plastic waste. That means buying less plastic baggies to put food in and putting food in other things that you can reuse, like a container. Another thing that we can do is just use less things. Use less things and then you have to throw away less things. Buy things that will last you a long time, not things that you throw away after 1 or 2 uses. Something else we can do is plant more trees. Trees help clean the air and help take care of the soil as well. They're what keep us having clean air to breathe. Another thing we can do is make every drop of water count. Never let water run more than you need it. Just use exactly what you need. Quick showers, and turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth. Just use it to rinse your toothbrush. Also, Try to recycle everything that can be recycled. In Minneapolis, we have a great recycling system. So put everything that has the 3 recycling arrows in the recycling bin, and it won't go into a landfill. It will get reused by somebody else. We can also reduce the amount of energy we use, reuse things like paper bags or plastic bags so that it's used over and over instead of just one use. And also make sure that we're using transportation like a public bus instead of always driving everywhere in a car by yourself. You can also ride a bike and put no waste or pollution into the atmosphere at all. Let's use all this information to make an artwork.
All right, here are the things that you're gonna need to do this Draw With Me activity. The first thing is a piece of paper. You should have one in your art packet. The second thing is something to draw with, a pencil, a pen, or a marker. Next, you're gonna need to trace 2 sizes of circles. So I found this candle, and I'm gonna use the cap as my small circle, and my coffee cup had a tray, which can be my big circle.
All right, now the first thing I'm going to do, and use a pencil, is I'm going to use my big circle, find where I'm close to the middle of my paper, and trace around it. Great. Now I take my small circle and try to fit it so it's right in the center, or as close as I can get with my big circle. And I will trace around that. Awesome. Now if you have a ruler, you can use it as well, or you can just draw lines however you like. But you're going to draw lines on top of the small circle, on bottom of the small circle, through the side and the other side of the small circle. And then you will do some diagonal lines as well. We're going to make 8 sections because that's how many different ideas I want you to have about how we can make our Earth safer. So now in the middle, I will draw my best Earth. So it's already a circle. Now I'm going to just draw in some make-believe countries. I'm getting as close to the real countries as I can. This is the USA, but it's okay if it's not perfect. There's Greenland, there's England, and a bunch more countries in there as well. Now I'm going to think of 8 different things that I can do to make our Earth cleaner and better for Earth Day. So I've thought of some things already. One thing I know I can do is recycle. So I wrote that in one of the sections. Another thing I know that I can do is educate. That's a big word. That means I can teach people about how to make our Earth better. Another thing that I can do is plant trees. Can you think of the other things that we could do to make our Earth better? Then I'm gonna go through, once I think of all 8 things, and I'm gonna decorate around my artwork. I might color in the earth and the ocean, so I get my green and blue. And then I'm gonna go in for each topic, and I'm gonna draw pictures around the outside and color those in as well. So the first thing I saw was plant trees. I can draw trees, and so on. I can't wait to see your artworks. All right, there's my finished project. Send me a picture of yours.